Hello, welcome to Twiss gaming community. Today we're going to be looking at Banished. I'm Clates and we're going to dive straight into it. So what is Banished? Banished is a game that's been designed by, as it says at the bottom there, Shining Rock Software, which is a very, very small company, I'm led to believe. It is a strategy game in a city builder sort of type of game, but it doesn't really get to the city stage. As you'll see, it's very small. It's quite difficult. I've done a couple of games on this just to test out and see what it's like, and as you can see in the background, and there's a background there, yeah, I've already established a couple of towns. This one's running quite well, and I'm doing okay at it, but I know a lot of people are struggling with it, so it's quite hard, which is good. As you can see, there's also achievements, so you can unlock achievements. 0% complete. I think I've got about 30 to 40 guys in my current settlement that I'm building, and that's taken me, a good couple of hours. I'm talking like I'm 9-10 hours in. I was playing on 2 speed. You can adjust the speed, as I'll show you soon. So I was just really slow, and obviously towards the end of it I realised you could speed it up, because there's parts of it where you are start twiddling your thumbs. But there is other elements to the game where you don't want to go too fast, because if you go too fast you can miss something and then it can completely wipe out your civilization completely. So the first achievements, you got ones like settlement, 300, 400, 900. I don't even know anybody that's got even above like the 60s, 70s at the moment. I'm sure there is people out there that are streaming that have got bigger. But these are quite, massive achievements to get in any form of them, I mean, like, let's take one for example. Jack of all trades, build a town of 200 people, have somebody in every working profession for at least 5 years. That's quite a hard one. But anyway, less of that. Let's get into the game itself. Obviously, options, the general options. You've got mouse, click mouse windows, everything you'd expect. Autosaver. Autosaver, you want it a little bit longer than that. I'd say 20 minutes. Some people like it shorter, but I think 20-30 minutes is quite good, because you do make some mistakes in it, and you can go back and change it quickly. You don't, every 5 minutes in this game is not long amount of time at all, so you could make a mistake and within that 5 minutes it's going to autosave. So you don't want that. You want it pretty much further on, so that you don't ruin it basically. And then it's just general stuff, as you'd see, video, all that sort of stuff, high, low, shadow resolution, medium, whatever you want to change it to. I like it on low at the moment. Audio and all that sort of good. The music is very repetitive, so that's why the music volume on mine is pretty low. I like it, but it is very repetitive, as you can just make it on there. And obviously there's shortcuts as well, so you can change shortcuts. If you've got a different kind of mouse or whatever, you can do that. So let's go straight into it and go for a new game. Sneedly Sex, that's a bit of a weird one. As you can see, so you've got different terrain types. You've got valleys and mountains. You go valleys and mountains. I like a bit of valley. Terrain size, small, medium, large. Climate, mild, harsh or fair. Just go average or fair. Disasters, on or off. Let's keep them on. Easy. Giving us 6 families, large amount of clothing, tools, etc, etc. As well as herd of livestock. No, we don't really want that. Hard begins with 4 families, a small amount of clothing, food, tools. No seeds for farming are available. Okay, so we'll go for the medium, we'll go for the middle. Let's call it not Sneedle Sex, because that's a bit of a random name. Let's call it YouTube. Yeah, we'll go for YouTube. YouTube fun. Okay, let's click OK, go straight into it. Okay, so here we are. So you start off with a group of villagers. Let's get the interface up. This is your speed, so you can go all the way up to 10 times, go all the way back to 1. I'm going to pause it for now because I've probably just lost quite a lot of time there. Show general statistics, so let's have a look. YouTube fun, it's early spring, and the one is year 1. We have 10 adults, 7 children. It's a sunny day, nice degrees there. This icon here is different things, so it obviously says they're homeless, so there's 17 homeless people. These are your resources here, so you've got your different types, wood, stone, iron, tools, clothes. You've got to consider everything. And that's all alcohol, obviously alcohol is good. Happiness and health. Obviously you want to keep it healthy, but you also want to keep them happy. This is a major thing actually, is the happiness, because I played a game where my happiness was going down quite harsh, you know, quite rapidly, and they hardly did anything, you know, they hardly did any work at all, and they just started slacking basically. So you want to make sure your happiness is up. Storage barn, you know, obviously self-explanatory storage, and then you got stockpile. Interface wise, so that is your show general stats. Next one is show your events. So you've got your events, so obviously it says there if somebody died, or there was a fire, or somebody's born, or you're running low on resources, it will tell you in the event log there. Pretty self-explanatory. You've got your little map here, so you can see where you're looking in on the map. You can also switch pretty quick to where, you know, where you want to be on the map. That's pretty useful. Don't generally have that one up. This one's quite important. The professions. As you can see, there's loads of different types of professions. I'm talking, you know, anything from blacksmith to teachers to clerics, hunters, the lot. And here is just a simple interface where you can just change them. So at the moment I'm going to be building some houses, so I want some builds in there. On the right hand side it will give you a recommended of the jobs available in that profession. So if you're building 50 houses, you're going to need a lot of builders compared to if you're building one. Makes sense, right? Same as fishermen, etc, etc. The next one is show your limits of resources, increase priority, so you can change the priority of work done on a building, etc. So if I wanted, I know I'm running low on food, I'd want to build a fish, you know, like a fisherman fish place to fish, rather than building houses because, you know, people are already homed. So at the moment now it's important for us to get some housing, so that would be vital first. Paths, it just shows you if people will work, which I'll show you later on. Screenshots, self-explanatory, take a screenshot. And then you've got your menus here, so you've got anything from homes and housing, self-explanatory, wooden house, etc, etc, boarding. Your different types of bridges and paths, so you can go under tunnels, obviously through mountains if there's no passable mountains. Bridge, you know, dirt road, stone road, don't need to go into that. Storage, the barn, you've got your different bits of storage there. Your town services, self-explanatory. Wells are very important. You need wells, you know, spread out throughout of it, because otherwise fires just spring out of nowhere, and because most of the stuff's made out of wood until very, very, very later on, your stuff will burn down fast. I'm talking fast. So you need to make sure that you've got wells and stuff available. Schooling and all that sort of stuff. Food, there's a variety of different foods, from gathering hunting cabins all the way through to crop fields and orchards. Gathering this is one here is all of your woodcutters, this is everything that's going to help. So as it says there, resource production, so you've got anything from mines to quarries to even taverns, which increases your happiness, so that's good to have. And then this final one here, which is quite important, is removal. So if you want to collect some wood, we just click on it, harvest some wood, and I'll show you this as we go along. But anyway, enough of that. Enough of the stockpile. Let's click on and start building some houses first. So you've got you've got different forms of houses, and you can rotate them as you want. Let's get a nice one there, one next to it there, two. Let's go back to the one that we wanted, that one there, that type. So we change the styles of your houses, and as you can see, builders, so I've got to assign builders to that. A good one to start off with is a field. A good field is good to start off with, somewhere preferably quite close, but not too close, you don't want it. So let's go for a nice big field, 10 by 10 field there, and then you'd have to assign people to that. So on here, what are we going to do? We're going to do pumpkins. Assign people to work to it. 2 people is ready on that. Let's go for another field. Let's make it a little bit next to this one. Go with 10 by 10. We need to clear that first. Let's get these on builders. We'll turn the speed up because the initials are a little bit slow. Let's go times 5. As you can see, everyone's getting busy building houses. Gathering some stone. We've got people living in there. Slow it down a bit. How many more? We still got 7 homeless people, so we still need to build some more homes. So let's get that sorted. Let's spin this round. Just facing the other way. Nice. One of them. And one of them. starting to work on that. Let's go for peppers on this one. Some farmers involved in that. Drop 2 builders off. 2 builders on spot. Labourers are generally people that go for clearing and stuff, so it's always generally good to have somebody as a labourer, because they'll, as it says there, move goods around and all that sort of jazz, and keep stuff stocked. The less labourers you have, you'll see that you get piles of things just appear in places and they won't move them. So it's good to have them about. I really like the music, I like the ambience of it all and stuff. Here's our first warning. So our first warning is firewood reserves low. So we're going to have to build a woodcutter. We'll need a well actually in the middle, so we're going to set fire to everything. Let's go for a woodcutter. Place it on the edge of town there. I'm rushing this a little bit just to show you, show you how everything sort of works and stuff. You can zoom right in, animations are good. You can zoom all the way out as well. Freezing icon, so somebody's cold. Obviously winter's now setting in. This is spring. Don't know why it's so cold for spring, but we'll see. So the map's pretty large. Obviously you've got everything there. You've got a good area to start off with. Oh, there's a nice big fishing area down there that you could expand to eventually. In fact, let's do that. Let's build a fishing dock. One thing I will say is don't expand too quickly. I made this mistake before, but I expanded a little bit too quickly and I had nobody to work, inside there. And yeah, obviously our reserve of firewood's gone at the moment, so we need to start off get this one building up. Let's get this in here. Reserve of logs as well. So let's assign removal, get some logs. Put a few of that down there. We'll also do some stone gathering. And you can see by the little X's means that it's marked it. It's the pick and this icon basically. Just done that. Yeah, generally very good. I've been enjoying this. As I said, I've been playing a lot of hours into it, and it's really good fun, especially when you speed up, and you can get some stuff going. But it does run away with you quickly, and it's very hard, very very hard. I mean, you get random events like I started a village where it's completely fine, everybody's been absolutely hunky-dory, and then I've started a village where people have fallen off ladders to die in, people have drowned in the river, loads of random stuff like that. So you've got to be careful of that as well. So you need to start building graveyards and all that sort of stuff. But again, my advice would be don't expand too quickly. But yeah, it's good. You can also scroll through who's doing what. So as we go for the builders there, so obviously we're running 6 people doing that because we've got 4 guys farming, and I'll tell you who they are, how their happiness is, and all that joke. 15-year-old builder, 13-year-old. How are we getting on here? Stone. Let's collect some stone, don't we? Gather some stone, people. Pumpkins are cracking on. So yeah, just a very simple, very nice graphics, simple city builder, but very very hard. And as I said, it's hard to achieve getting those achievements. Like, I haven't even done them yet. Obviously I'm rushing at the moment and there's people freezing to death, so they're probably going to end up dying. A 7-year-old child in there and a 13-year-old still there. Bit of a weird 2 people to put together, but here they are. Medieval times, I guess. See these piles here? Because we've got no labourers, no one's going to pick them up. So what we need to do is probably drop a builder off for that. Even though it's recommended we have 9. yeah, 9 builders to do the job fully. So it's going to take a little bit more time to move the labourers there. Potato! Hopefully we can get this fishery up and running. Start getting the food in. Stores of firewood. Let's have a look. Working hard, builder. Here's what he has. So he was carrying obviously stuff away. See how our fields are getting on. You can also use the WASD, which is kind of nice to move in and around as well. That's really nice and simple. I really like that sort of to scroll in. You can use the middle mouse button, press it down to rotate, which is nice and easy. So the controls are very good as well. It's very simplistic, very well set out. And for a company that's very small to achieve what they had done with this game, it's really good. Anyway, I mean, I just spent hours playing it, and I probably will do. It's just a nice game that you can just jump on, you know, smash a couple of hours out on it, and have fun with it. So let's speed up so we can get anything more exciting going on. Fields are almost done. Storage bar's coming on. Oh, it's a wood cutter. The little logs where they're splitting the wood on. Quite nice little touch. These poor people are freezing. We really need to get that woodcutter up before winter sets in, but we've got plenty of time. It's early summer. Well's up and running, which is good. Means we won't get any fires, even though it's always raining at the moment. So we need to assign a woodcutter to that. As you can see, we need to keep on top of this because it's 5 times the speed. So we need a woodcutter assigned to there. We'll be short on stone. Well, we've got plenty of labourers. Let's get some stone gathered. See how we're getting on with that. Yeah, stone's required. What else can we build while we're waiting? Gabrous hut. Hunting cabin. Hunting's very good. Hunter's cabin's also good for you want it like in the middle of the forest if you can. Like here we haven't really got much of an option other than to stick it here. And you can see the big circles, it's circle of influence, as you will. Let's try and cover as much as we can of that. And they might be able to get through that mountain pass. Good on now. Had a few people born. Quite a few people born actually. Let's assign these more builders. I can get this sorted. So yeah, this has been a very quick, brief look at Banished. Comes out in February, so February 2014, in case you're watching this later on. Very good, slick, solid mini city builder. Not on a very confined survival sort of aspect of it. I've been Twiss, you've been watching Twiss Gaming Community. I'm doing a first look on Banished. I'll see you next time.